Hey guys, Chauncey J. Kent here, and this is Skyblock episode 9, for real this time. So if you guys watched the last episode, you know that we completed the iron farm, and this episode we are actually doing something related, and some decoration elements are of course enabled by that, the completion of that project. And that's basically a road building project. Now, I'll just go ahead and show you kind of what I'm talking about. First of all, obviously we need a way to access the villagers, and that's going to involve building... Holy crap, lag. Okay. Alright, so, well, that was exciting. Anyway, what I was talking about is basically you've got the square villager area where they kind of hang out. What I want to do is build a little support structure that kind of goes from the center out to either side, and what that'll do is it'll just have a staircase along the top of it that takes you up to the top into a fenced-in area where you can go through without the villagers randomly following you down. So there's that. And second of all, I've never really been happy with the ladder access to the lower parts of the base. Like, once you get down a certain point, it makes sense and it's okay. But having this right next to the mob spawner like this is a little inconvenient, especially since as soon as I pop down here, they can pretty much see me. Creepers get shot by skeletons, and then there's a huge explosion. And of course, this will be the one time that doesn't happen. But anyway, so what I want to do with that is, if you recall from episode 2, we built these cactus farms over here, and what I'm going to do is cut a hole in the floor of each of the 4 tree farm areas and build a little road that goes all the way down to a lower platform where these kind of are even with the ground, and at that point we'll have access to the ladder from there. So this will then provide access to these lower areas instead of the ladder here, which I'll get rid of later. And that'll just be a little bit nicer and a little more convenient, I think. Now, of course, some of you might not know this, some of you might already, but I did go ahead and enable the warp on my island. So if you do want to come see the island, you want to check it out, see what the whole series is about, what we've been working on all this time, just do /is warp and then my username in the game, CHAKESHCOS, which is difficult to pronounce, hence why I changed my name in the YouTube channel. But that will get you to my island, and you can check it out. And of course, if you're not subscribed, there's a sign that greets you as soon as you spawn in, tells you where my YouTube channel is, and you can watch some of this awesomeness being built. Okay, so without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. And the first thing I wanted to do tonight is go ahead and show... Oh, wait. You may have noticed that we've got the... Oh, wow. Fail. That we've got the carpets set up here that I was talking about in the previous episode. Now, honestly, I don't know how I feel about them. Like, I think the green looks okay, and I think the gray looks okay. But I'm not feeling the yellow, I'm not feeling the orange, and I'm really not feeling the red. Now, I will potentially leave these, because I kind of want to know what you guys think of them. Let me know if this is really ugly to you, or if this is something you like and you want me to leave. Just let me know down in the comments, and we'll kind of go from there and do whatever. Alright, so yes, now on to what we were doing. I kind of want to show you how the iron farm is running at the moment. And I gotta say, I'm actually pretty pleased with it. It seems to be putting out a lot of iron. Now, I have been AFKing. That's kind of how I do my resource gathering, because they don't necessarily build the most efficient farms, but they are generally fairly attractive in comparison to the really, really high efficiency stuff, which is kind of what I'm going for here. So I don't mind leaving my computer on, just kind of AFKing overnight, a few nights of the week or whatever. And of course, anytime I'm just sitting up here and building, we get plenty of the farm stuff going as well. But we'll look in this chest, and as you can see, we have lots of iron, which is really, really cool, because we're going to be using a little bit of this for some decorative support structure stuff for the lower roads. Alright, but since we're here now, I want to go ahead and start with this particular part of the project. And yeah, essentially what I want to go ahead and do is kind of like cut out the corners like we had before for the traps and build the road up to those. Now, of course, I'm only going to do a 3 wide area with just a 1 wide staircase going up in between the pillars and stuff, but you kind of get the idea. Alright, so first thing's going to be first. Now, I haven't really 100% decided on how I want to do the design for this. I know I want to use the smooth stone as or the stone bricks, excuse me, as kind of the blocks running along the sides, and I know I want to use some of the wood, the contrasting colors of the spruce and the birch, to kind of give it more of a decorative feel. So what I will probably do is just a basic support structure out of the stone brick and the smooth stone, and then use the wood on top of that with stairs and some of the fence and such. So, alright. But yeah, basically I'm going to, well, we're just going to go up here with the wool blocks and kind of get started. And got the whole shift thing going, so hopefully it won't be any random falling and dying for no reason. As far as some of the projects I've worked on go, this is a relatively safe one, I would think. But honestly, you can never tell. You really just can never tell. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Excellent. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so that's our center block. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Excellent. So this is essentially where we want the staircase to come up initially. What that means is we're going to want, well, that's kind of where I want the support structure to go, and that's not what I want there. Of course, you'll notice that the tools have been upgraded to the iron stuff. I mean, I've got a bunch of it now, so I figure why not. It is rather nice to have iron tools running again. Oops. Just because they're faster and they're considerably more durable, which is a wonderful thing for just spam collecting resources and such. Alrighty. And yeah, so we'll just kind of keep building here. Fail. There we go. Okay. Yay, got my block back. Alright, so, yeah, if you guys watched the last episode, you'll know that I did, in fact, do a bit of a time-lapse in that one, and I actually thoroughly enjoyed it, though it was a lot of work to put together. I definitely had fun doing it, and I really, really enjoyed the outcome of that. There was a bit of a spot in there, music-wise, where it kind of wasn't exactly what I wanted, just because the song wasn't quite long enough, and so there's a bit of a pause that I wish wasn't there. Oh, Lag City. Alright. But I have, like, gotten that audio recorder and started working on learning how to use that, and so we should be able to avoid that in the future. Really? Okay. Are you kidding me? Do you guys see this? This is ridiculous. That's the most tenacious block I have ever seen. Alright. So we'll do that. Now, of course, off camera as well, we did go ahead and do some other things that I've kind of been putting off. Just things that I forgot to do before that I've needed to kind of catch up on. Most notably among those things is upgrading the gold farm again with trapdoors along the bottom of the obsidian portals. If you guys didn't see that, I'll go ahead and post a link down in the description, and also try and throw an annotation up here so you guys can check that out. But you'll definitely notice pretty much right away as I'm building that I never put trapdoors there. Now there's a very good reason to go ahead and do that. And if you guys are unfamiliar with the way that the mob AIs work, basically if you have a open trapdoor on the edge of a block, the mob AI recognizes that as a block and will walk on it even though technically there's nothing there. So it's a good way to trick mobs into thinking that they're okay to step into an area when in fact they're actually going to fall and potentially take lethal or almost lethal damage. So we did go ahead and toss those in, and yes, I absolutely did die a couple times doing it, which was a little irritating, but nothing I'm not getting used to at this point, so not a huge deal. Alrighty. There we go. Alright, and now the reason I started up at this area is because I kind of knew where I wanted this to come up and connect to, whereas I wasn't sure exactly where this would meet down here, so I just wanted to make sure that everything kind of connected and worked right and all that. Alrighty. So much lag, it's ridiculous. Come on. Yes, we made it. We made it, guys. We made it to the bottom. There we are. And yay, we can reach it. Alright. So get rid of that. Alright, and there we go. Got the basic structure set and going. And so, yeah, while I was editing the time-lapse on the last video, I noticed just the way that the night sky works. It actually, like, there's a big sphere around your viewpoint, and it goes up and back down. And that's something I've noticed before, but never quite in that detail, because you really just don't think about stuff like that until you see it happening really, really fast in front of you. And I have to say, I thought that was really, really cool looking. So it's definitely something that I'm going to want to use again in the future for time lapses and such. And it actually gave me an interesting idea to build like a solar observatory kind of thing on the island, which I personally think would be really cool, but I'd love to get your guys' feedback on that. Could definitely be one of the villager buildings that we put up here. Basically there'd be a slit on it east to west that just kind of follows the sun-moon pattern. And then of course also I noticed in another video that someone put out that the moon phases actually change. Like, I don't know, I'm sure you guys have noticed this before, but yeah, you've got new moons and you have full moons and you have partial moons, and I think it would be really cool to just kind of like observe that sort of thing, and then maybe do some kind of display in the observatory, like a pixel art thing that depicts that, or and then this might not happen on this particular server because we won't have room to do it, but potentially like making a map and doing it such that you depict the moon so that you can see it from above, and then that shows up on the map, and then you put the map in an item frame, and then that's basically a custom-made picture on the wall. So just a really cool idea. And then of course, once you take that map out of the area and put it somewhere, once it's hung up on the wall, as long as you don't take the map back into that area, you can tear down whatever you built, and that map won't update, and it'll just stay like that. So yeah, that's something I definitely want to do either in this series or possibly in another one that I'm thinking about starting, but we'll kind of see how that goes. Alright, so that part's set, and basically what I'm going to do is repeat this pattern over here and on all the different corners, and when we're done with that, I'll be right back. Alright, so I'll see you in just a second, guys. Alright guys, I'm back. As you can see, I'm not quite finished yet. I did want to go ahead and finish up the other one on the side here just to make sure I could make these corners mesh, and I definitely can, and I think that looks pretty cool, and it will definitely look even better once we get the more decorative elements added to all of this. Right now it looks kind of flimsy, but it'll look a little more durable when we're done. And so what I actually decided I wanted to go ahead and do now is actually do another time-lapse in this episode, because like I said, I really enjoyed doing that for you guys, and I definitely want to do more of that. If that's something you want to see, definitely let me know in the comments that that's something you really enjoy, and then I can work it into more of my videos. But yeah, like these are done, and this is part of the way done, but we're going to go ahead and just time-lapse me building the rest of these, and then we'll come back when we start doing the decorative elements, so you can kind of get an idea of exactly how I'm doing this, and then once we have an idea with that, I'll probably just jump cut to the completion of that portion. Alright, so without further ado, here is our second ever time-lapse, guys. Alright guys, and we are back. So what I kind of decided that I wanted to do while I was building this is not only do stairs and wood blocks along the top of these, but I also want to do like stone slabs on the bottom center block of each of these. So we'll do a little bit of wool scaffolding out to that and get that going. But yeah, first things first, we're going to do our stairs, and the outline for the things like we were talking about. And first thing for that is actually going to be tossing down a workbench here and actually making a chest so we can drop off some of this stuff and we won't have to carry it all around continuously. And I should probably, there we go. Lag, lag, lag. Awesome, awesome. Come on, there. Drop those off, maybe drop that off. Okay, and that should do for now. So what we want to do is turn this all into wood blocks, turn this all into planks, and what oh, that's interesting. Alright then. Look at that. That's glitchy, and some of this will probably disappear in a minute or two. Okay, so what I want to do is actually use the spruce wood along the edges, just as like a decorative feature, and then use the birch up the center as stairs. So obviously that's not going to be too difficult to get set up. What we do for that, just and of course I reserve the right to change my mind on any of this at any point. But oh wow. Is it terrible that I already hate this? I already hate this. Okay, you know what? Let's throw the birch stairs on there first. And yeah, see, a bunch of it disappeared because it was a glitchy thing. Yeah, the server usually catches up every now and again. But yeah, let's toss these down first and just see what that looks like. Maybe with the wood on either side and kind of decide. I mean, I like that contrast. I'm just not sure if I like this necessarily. Now, alternatively, I could get rid of the smooth stone. Just like toss silk touch on a pickaxe and get the smooth stone back. And we could put spruce wood stairs in with the stone brick here. You know what, I think I will do that. Yeah, I think I will do that, because I think that's going to look a lot nicer. Alright, so, you guys know the drill. I'm going to cut here, and I'll be right back once that's all set up. Yeah, so it occurred to me that you guys might actually like to watch me put the Silk Touch enchantment onto a fresh diamond pick and give it a fun name here. So we'll toss that on there. It's going to cost 10 levels to just add the enchantment, and of course, we can't have a special tool without giving it a cool name. So, kind of need to decide on something here real quick. Yes. Go with Rebel Reborn. And I'm just gonna... Yeah, I'm gonna cut out here for just a second and check the spelling on that, because I don't want to go ahead and rename it if it's spelled wrong. So I will be right back. Alright, and it looks like we're good, so we're gonna go ahead and pull that out here, and bam! We've got ourselves a diamond pick with efficiency 4 and silk touch 1. Now obviously I'm going to upgrade the efficiency later on, but for right now that will do, and we'll toss that in that slot right there, and we're going to go get our smooth stone back. Yeah, so now we're going to go ahead and pop over here to our test staircase, and we're going to go from the top down and get our smooth stone back. Then we're going to see how it looks with the spruce wood stairs running down the center, and go from there. With this plan, I don't know that I'll actually need the birch wood, So that might be something we come back to later. Alright, but we're just going to make a few of these stairs here. Try not to overdo it, so if we end up not liking this for whatever reason, we can not lament our losses, but I really like that. Okay. Okay. I feel so much better about this than I did about the other one. I've always loved the way that the stone brick contrasts with spruce detailing. And this experience has not changed that at all. Now, the one thing is going to be this block right here. And exactly how we want to do that. Slab? I'm thinking slab, potentially. So that'll step up, and then you'll have a stone step, and then you'll have a cobble step, and you'll be there. Yeah, I think that'll work. Alright. So, now that we've got that set up, what I want to do is go ahead and just like finish up one, so we kind of know exactly what we're doing for all of them, and then I'll cut out and do the rest of that off camera, because I know it's fun to like time-lapse the actual building process, but as far as decorating and stuff, it takes a little more time and is a little bit less interesting to observe. So I'm thinking perhaps using the cobblestone walls for this, and with this particular pattern, I know that you can like go up here and still jump off, but I still feel more secure with those there, and I think it looks a little bit nicer like that than doing like this kind of a pattern. Like I think that looks really, really bad. And so we're not going to do that. And now the best part about having walls, oh my gosh. Okay, I really like that. I'm already a fan of this. I'm not 100% sold on what I want to do for the back part here. Wow, fun, awesome, lag. Thank you. Thank you for that trip back to there. Yeah, I'm not 100% sold on what I want to do with this just yet. It will probably involve stairs, and this is a phrase that you're going to hear me say a lot as we build things and kind of do decorating elements. Stairs are a builder's best friend. Okay? Just memorize that now. If you intend to do anything building-wise, you would want it to look good, stairs are your best friend. You can do so many different things with them. You can do arches, you can do indents into the walls, you can do smallish little openings like this side in a wall, and of course, you can do stairs. It gives you quarter block looking things, so you don't have this jagged pixel thing. You put a stair upside down here and it gives you a much smoother line. They're just excellent for building and design purposes. Alright, and so now what we want to do is, I'm thinking I don't want to. I mean, essentially, I don't really want the wood to show through, but I think it could look good if I do it correctly. Alright, so I have an idea. We're going to see how this looks. Basically, I'm going to make a few of these stairs. And I want a smooth stone slab. We're never going to get it from that angle. every time. I freak out every time I'm holding shift and go over on a fence like that because I'm like, oh, I'm falling off the block. And that's no good. Because I don't want to fall off the block. That's exactly why I'm holding shift, is so I don't fall off the block. Let's come out a little further here and just kind of test the waters and see what we end up with. Okay, put that there, put a stone slab here. You know, I want to get it further. Distance, look at that. Okay. Alright, you know what? I'm kind of a fan of that, actually. Yeah, I think that looks pretty good. So that's basically what we're going to do here. I'm going to do stairs along the bottom of these, and we're going to do these half slabs along here. And then basically we're going to just follow this pattern for the tops. And I think that's going to give us a much smoother look to it, which will be good. Alright guys, yeah, so because of the lag, I totally died. And as I'm trying to get my stuff, I come up here, there's definitely a creeper up here, and I thought this whole process of sprinting, knocking it back with my fist would be rather amusing. So I thought I'd just go ahead and catch this on camera and kind of show you how you can deal with creepers even if you have absolutely no weapons at all. Even in heavy lag, even when it's raining. There we go. Got my gunpowder, got my experience. The fruits of victory! Alright, so that's just a little aside. Obviously, I'm still working on this. I didn't get very far. I was over here clearing out the smooth stone with my pick, and it lagged out on me and dropped me down there by the melon farm, and I died. And of course, before I could get to my stuff, the clear lag, which is doing such a great job, by the way, took all of my cool stuff, including my awesome new pick. So I did go ahead and purchase a new Silk Touch pick from another player on here, Asian Smurfables, and if you're watching, dude, thank you for that. I do appreciate that. It's going to save me some time cooking up more cobblestone when I have to remine the smooth stone again. But in the meantime, I've got some extra wood in here since we're not going to be using the birch. We'll go ahead and turn that into some sticks, make myself some new tools, and get back on track here. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and cut out, get my stuff back together, finish up what I was doing, and I'll be right back. Alright guys, and we are back. As you can see, we've pretty much finished up these areas. What I did is actually added the stairs and the half slabs, and then of course up in the corners I used some half slabs where they join up. Now I do kind of prefer the way that the stairs look when you curve them, but there's not a good way to do that with one block. I'll just kind of show you. Like if you have two like this and you put one like this, then you get the one with just a little bit there. But since I'm only working with the one block and I don't have the blocks to put stairs next to it, there's just no good way to do that. But we did go ahead and just toss like half slabs up there, and I think it looks pretty good. And honestly, it's not something you can see real well from here, but down from the bottom it'll look pretty nice and all that. So now what's left to do is run up here, and you can kind of see what we did here. We've got the you've got the stairs. This goes to a half slab, and at this point it becomes kind of a diagonal stairway up. So you've got the two half slabs here. You've got full block. Well, you've got half slabs here, and then you have full blocks here. And it just gives you a nice gradual ascent up, and then there's no real sticking points unless you're trying to go up sideways like this, which you shouldn't do. Alright, and so now what we need to do is actually go ahead and put in fences, which is going to be a little challenging with the villagers right here, because we don't want them to, like, escape. So what we're going to have to do is actually block off the exit here. Because you know those villagers, man, they will try to run away on you. There we go. And let's do that just to keep them out of the way. And then we can kind of tear this down and build what we need to build here. Alright. So let's get rid of that, so we don't need it. We'll get rid of that, because we don't need it. And do I have any? I don't. Alright. So what I'm kind of wanting to do is actually take this, the stone bricks, all the way straight across here, and just put fence there, and kind of do the same thing right here as well. And then, there's so much lag, and I don't understand why the lag is so bad. Like, it's literally been this way for like 3 or 4 days. It's kind of ridiculous. It doesn't matter what time of day it is, the lag is super bad. Okay, but basically what we want to do is, yeah, just bring that across, etc., etc. So, I need to get back down here and get my stone brick for this. Or no, I don't. No, I don't. Yeah, what we'll end up doing is just putting the fence across like this anyway. So we can just go ahead and open this back up, and then we can go up and down at will. Oops. Without villagers escaping and all that. Come on. There it is. Yeah, I know the server here is still in beta, and they're working out some bugs and technical stuff. But, I mean, the lag is just really, really bad. They got people rubber banding all over the place. And I'm sure that I'm partially a contributor to that, just because I've got a mob farm and I don't really have an off switch for it. So that's potentially something we'll work on in the future here. Just kind of doing a... excuse me, guys. Just kind of doing like a thing where it pulls the floor out from beneath them and kind of drops them into lava or some such thing. But we'll take a look at that at another time. Okay, so yeah, let's go get our smooth stone here, which we can turn into some more stone brick. Toss that there, toss that there, and we'll drop that off because we don't really need it. Okay, then of course we have to kind of decide where we want the gate to be. I'm kind of thinking here and here, since, you know, you come up the stairs, you sort of end up here, and then you go from there. But we'll take a look at that later. For right now, dang it. I need my half slabs. Yeah, I do already have some stone brick half slabs that I'll have to use there just because they're not as thick as the full blocks. Oh, no I won't. No I won't. I'm being derpy. Okay. There we go. Yeah, I'm just being silly. Okay, so that's kind of how we're wanting that to go. Yeah, I mean, the most challenging part of this is just doing it while the villagers are already here and making sure that they don't randomly escape and run away on us. Because that would be a bad thing. Not that we couldn't get them to breed more, because we definitely could, and it is something I've had to do in the past, because I jumped the fence and 5 or 6 of them came with me. But yeah. Alright, so that's that. And what we want to do is toss a fence gate in here. I don't know how quickly I can do this. There we go. Okay. It stole a fence gate. Oh, lag. It'll give it back later. And we are back. And as you can see, we've got this set up. It's finished up in all 4 corners. You kind of saw, oh, whoops. Kind of saw me decide to put torches in the center there, and so now that that one's in place, that's all done. And we've done a little trading with villagers, and got myself 6 melon slices and 6 apples. Now I have run into a bit of a problem with the farmer villagers. In particular, once you get to this trade, there's just no way to do this in Skyblock because gravel is not a block that we can get our hands on. It's not in the shops, we don't have access to the nether yet, and of course it's not a reward for any of the challenges. So this trade is actually impossible right now, sadly, which means once you get them to this trade, there's nothing more you can really do with them. You can trade until this gets locked out, and then you can trade until this gets locked out, and then you're done. Because there's just no way to do that. Now, potentially, I could trade until this is locked out, do this trade once, and that should possibly unlock this. But even so, that's only a limited time kind of thing. So, that's that. We've got the villager thing set up here. Let's walk through quickly. Now, I'm thinking about potentially putting pressure plates on the inside portion here, just so I don't have to open the gate to go through. And what I would do for that is a stone pressure plate, because the pulse on that's a little bit shorter, and so the gate's going to close more quickly behind me once I'm no longer on the pressure plate. But of course I wouldn't put any out here, just to make sure villagers didn't accidentally wander into these areas. And of course, my plans for this are actually to expand it a bit. Okay, that's the front. So I would want to be expanding it that direction and that direction. And so we'll have more of these cross streets going through. That'll give these villagers access to one another. But that's a little bit down the road, after we've had a chance to build up platforms and add a couple buildings, and we need more room, etc., etc. So, this episode has actually gone on for quite a while, so what I'm going to go ahead and do is call it here and save the lower road building project for next episode. So if you're excited about that, definitely look forward to that, guys. Now remember, if you did like this video, go ahead and leave a like, a comment, and of course if you're not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe for more great content like this. And as always, I will talk to you later, guys.